Hey everybody, I am homesick today. I don't feel good. I'm sorry. I have a fever now, so it's just getting worse. But hopefully, with some rest today, my body can recuperate enough so I can be back with you guys tomorrow. So let's start with the norms of life science. Please treat everyone with respect, raise hand to contribute comments, presume positive intentions with an open mind, speak and act professionally with respect, be on task and responsible with class time, actively participate and focus on agenda, be engaged, empower others, and educate yourself. Okay, for today, I expect today to be a quiet day in class for your sub. Yesterday, we were quite chatty, and it was very difficult to get through our notes. So, during today, we do need quiet in the classroom. The sub, at their own discretion, can choose to play some instrumental music if they like on YouTube. Okay. First hour only up top here. Maddie, I believe I picked you to check planners in Chromebook. Could you please do that during advisory reading of Restart? Okay, after advisory, after advisory, please go on to Google Classroom. There will be a checkpoint posted. It will say March 12th, 2019, checkpoint on, and it'll be on Google Classroom. Please take that. Your volume needs to be a 0 at the time. I understand you will know some of this. Unfortunately, we didn't, because of last week, we didn't take the pretest when we did. So we're going to just use this as a learning checkpoint to see where we are with what we've learned so far about the muscular system. Okay, the last activity you will do today is a close read. Okay, this close read is about the interactions between the muscular system and the nervous system. This will help prepare us for the labs we're going to spend the rest of the week doing. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I will be back. There's this really cool lab. It has like 16 stations, a lot of them. Some of them are more interactive than the others, but overall, it's a really cool lab. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy the hands-on and actually exploring the muscular system with microscopes, with different exercises we're going to do. So I think it's going to be really fun. So you do need to complete your close read before that, however. I will be checking that for correct answers and returning if that is not up to scratch. Okay? In your planners right now, you need to write learning checkpoint and close read. Please pause the video right now so students can do this. All right, thank you. I am going to show you guys how to do this close read real quick. So it will be I will be honest, I'm debating if I'm going to post it to Google Classroom because I know as soon as I let you guys on Chromebooks, some of you are going to attempt to go and play games. Even though I'm going to be laid up in bed all day, bored out of my mind, and I will have GoGuardian in front of my face. I'm warning you, I am watching. If I close a tab, it is a minor. Okay, let me repeat that. If I close a tab, it is a minor. Now, if I don't close a tab and you were still playing games and doing what you're not supposed to, because let's be honest, y'all are very smart. You know if it's wrong, but we still try to get away with things sometimes. So, if for whatever reason I'm going to try and go to a doctor again today, if that happens to overlap your class and I don't close out a tab, I will be checking to see what sites you are on, and I will notify you if you received a minor. But just assume if you're on a game, you have a minor. Okay, I'm going to directly enter them in. So, yeah, just do what you're supposed to do. I think you guys are really going to like the labs, but you do need a little bit of background knowledge to be fully successful with this. So, you are going to get this handout. You need to make sure your name is up top here, date, and hour. So, Theodore, let's do 3rd, 12, 19, and it is currently 5 a.m., so we're going to put 0 hour. Okay? So close reads are a way for us to learn how to actually read informational text and pull that information out of it. So part of reading is comprehension, and you've probably heard this in English class, but it's very true in science. This is how we get our information, whether it's reading articles, reading journal entries, or whatever. There's going to be a time in your life where you're going to have to read informational text and get the information out of it. So there's some good tricks that I've even used to get that out. This one has made it easier on us. If you've noticed as you look through this sheet, there are some bolded letters and bolded words that shows the importance of the word. So what I like to do is I like to make that more visually appealing to me. So on this first one, we're going to read this first paragraph and figure out, okay, what do I need to highlight? Okay, so let's get started reading here. All functions in the human body system are received, organized, and processed by the nervous system. Composed of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves, the nervous system receives information about what is happening inside and outside the body and directs how the body responds to this information. Okay, so now that we've read that, we have one bolded word here. So I want you to highlight nervous system. Okay, I want you to highlight all the bolded letters the same color. If you can see, I highlighted the next one, I highlighted stimulus. That's also yellow. That's kind of where I stop with the example, so there are some to follow. So whatever you highlight in yellow, your goal is to figure out how are you going to define that? What information would you use to define that? And I like to try to use the fewest possible words. Otherwise, I would end up highlighting the whole page because the whole page has information on it. The whole page is important, right? Well, not necessarily. We got to pick out the key points so that we're not looking at just this Technicolor hot mess. We want it to be very planned and well executed. So, composed of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Okay, that seems really important. What it's made out of, what the parts of the nervous system are, is very important. So I just highlighted brain, spinal cord, and nerves. You don't really need to put composed because you can go back and read that part. But the brain, spinal cord, and nerves are those key words that are associated with the nervous system. Okay, so let's finish this passage. The nervous system receives information about what is happening inside and outside the body and directs the body how to respond. So, again, I like to highlight the bare minimum. Okay, it receives information. Now, this starts a prepositional phrase. I exclude it because even though it's not highlighted, you can just jump to and read the in between here and know that it's going to support what you highlighted. And directs how the body responds to the information. So what this tells me with just the highlighted is it receives information and tells the body what to do about it. And that's nice and quick and to the point. So now we're going to drop down to this next paragraph. The nervous system receives information through nerves when there is a change from inside or outside the body, also known as a stimulus. Okay, here is a huge hint. Sometimes the highlighted word or the bolded word is actually the definitions in that sentence. Now, if we read the next sentence, there are two main kinds of nerves. That's not quite talking about the same thing. It went from talking about receiving information through the nerves to talking about types of nerves. So the definition of stimulus probably is within this sentence. So I always look for the verb, the first verb. The nervous system receives information. So receives is the first verb. So that's where I like to start reading. It's just a random trick I've learned how to do that helps me figure out, okay, what's important. So it receives information through the nerves where there is a change from inside or outside the body, also known as a stimulus. Okay, that is going to be what we end up highlighting. Okay, at the end of this, you need to answer all the questions at the bottom. They're very easy, so you need to complete each sentence, fill in the blank, ordering these in the order these events would happen from beginning to end, and then answer 3 short answers. This needs to be turned in at the end of the hour. Okay, so you should be using your time wisely to get it done.